police officers showing their true colors. One wears Trump gear to a Black Lives Matter rally. The other one gives a white supremacist a high five. Yeah, okay. So a New York Police Department sergeant, let's put a picture up full mask. Well, she decided to wear pro-Trump patches on her uniform. Yeah, on her uniform. And blew kisses at protesters during a Black Lives Matter protest. Well, finally, this cop has been suspended, but only for 10 days. And they docked her pay for 30 vacation days. Yes, that's what you get for being a racist individual contrary to the rules laid out in front of you. The sergeant's name is Dana Martillo. Now, you see the patches, right? You're looking at them. That's on her official uniform. You mean to tell me nobody saw this? You mean to tell me that nobody saw this when her shift started? You mean to tell me nobody saw this when she was riding to the protest? You mean to tell me the supervisor did not see this before the protest? Also, I do not believe this was her first time wearing these patches. Look at this, on an official police uniform, all right? Okay, so the sergeant was caught on video wearing these two patches. One with the Punisher skull logo and Trump style hair. And the second with a similar image and the words Trump 2020 and make enforcement great again. Video from the demonstration in front of the 84th Precinct Station House in downtown Brooklyn showed the sergeant pull down her mask and blow a kiss at protesters after they asked why she was at the Capitol, or if she was at the Capitol on January 6th, and called her a domestic terrorist. At her departmental trial, Inspector Matthew Gallivan testified that he pointed out the patches that day. And when she asked, am I going to get in trouble for it? He responded, you're not going to be in trouble, just zip the jacket up, according to Gamble's report. The sergeant, meanwhile, testified that Gallivan made no such order, instead telling her, no, I like your patches. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that that's exactly what happened. The other officer said, you know what, it's cool, I like those patches. You know why? Because if there's insubordination, you can simply have her removed. She's a police officer who is there under your leadership. So if she decides not to do what you have told her to do, why is she still there for the entire protest? Okay, there's more. She also contended that the patches, now check this out, that the patches were not political because Trump is no longer a candidate. The kiss blowing and remarks at the protest, according to her, were an attempt to diffuse a tense confrontation. She said at the trial, Murray also pointed out, this is the lawyer, to the former president's visit to the 17th Precinct Station House on September 11th, 2021, as proof of a double standard at play. He was invited in by great fanfare and celebration by high-ranking members of the department. He was invited behind the desk to sign the book. He said, he's a civilian, loves the police. It's permissible to celebrate Trump. He's a civilian. I'll be damned. But isn't that something? Well, here's the thing. If that's how it works, all right, I need some police officers to put on some indisputable gear and see what that'll do in your department, okay? Let's test the theory here. I'm a private citizen. I've never even run for political office. So I must be safe for you to put my picture on your uniform, right? Now we know good and damn well that would never fly. But for some reason, they are at least partly allowing it, the NYPD. Now that may boil your blood. You see exactly what she was doing, all right? She was being antagonistic, unprofessional, and she gets a slap on the wrist. She will continue, and at some point, she will contribute to defunding the police, because I guarantee you there will be an adverse action in her police career. There's another cop, Columbus. He decides to high five a white supremacist. Here it is.
We saw you high-five these guys.
What's that?
We saw you high-five these guys.
Yes.
Seriously. What's that all about?
Build relationships. With fascists?
Really?
Well, I'm not supporting their cause. I'm connecting with them. I'm out here hanging out with them. I'm not here to support their cause. I'm here to support their right to protest. We were talking about my mustache. And the guy said I had a good mustache. That's all it is.
Okay. Cool.
I do not. I am very clear. I'm not supporting their cause. I'm supporting their right to protest.
I'm glad I came and talked to you.
And you can request my body worn camera and you can watch the whole thing. There's nothing I'm doing I can see the optics of it looking that way.
Exactly, it did look that way.
Just like when we're at a homicide scene and somebody makes a joke, we try not to laugh because, it looks like we're laughing at this. But
right, exactly. But I mean, I hope they're telling me the truth.
My name is Steve Dyer. I am the leader of the dialogue team. My goal is to facilitate people's right to protest. I am starting this because I think it's everybody's right to protest.
Yeah, he got caught. He got caught and he was trying to talk himself out of what another person witnessed. Here's the thing. I've literally seen at a Black Lives Matter protest, a young African-American male leader extend his hand to a cop. The cop told him, I cannot shake your hand, it is a security risk, but I can listen to you talk. You see, different rules for different groups, obviously. A few years ago, the Department of Justice released a report. You can find it online right now. The report said the greatest domestic threat in the United States of America at that time was not simply white supremacist groups. It was white supremacists infiltrating law enforcement. They already had the information. They knew then this would be a great risk moving forward. Did anybody stop it? No. Was there legislation to stop it? No, it continued. And now here we are. Max, what are your thoughts on this?
I like your idea. I think you should send a whole box of indisputable patches to the NYPD and see how many people wear them.
There you go.
I mean, the fact is these Punisher logos are well-known images on the far right. We saw them on January 6th. We saw them at Charlottesville. The people wearing them know full well what they mean and what they inspire. And what they inspire is fear. And it's the same with this officer who says, I'm not friends with these far right neo-Nazis. I'm just hanging out with them. And the fact is they feel like they can play by a separate set of rules. And your concern as a citizen for whether they may be biased or not doesn't matter to them. And there's really no meaningful consequences they'll pay for that. So until that sort of structure comes into place where this is actually given some kind of serious consequence, we'll see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Once again, no legislation for this, but legislation for fictional issues like critical race theory.